Hey guys, welcome back to 4th and 21, a Bears podcast by Bears fans. I'm Arturo. This is Alex. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, comment, notification bell, and just stay tuned with us for our upcoming videos. Without further ado, bear down.
Bear down.
Yikes.
Woo! Yeah.
All right.
Still didn't burn as bad as the Bears loss.
Taking the same kind of shot. Well, like he said, Bears loss again.
3 in a row.
This time
Remember
against,
when we were 5-1? We were 5-1.
Yeah, I remember being 5 years old too.
Fucking yeah. So obviously 5-4 now. 3 losses in a row. Both of us did say that we were going to lose to the Titans. So I guess we were still right. My prediction was 27-20. We lost 24-17, so still 7-point differential. But the score did not reflect how the game actually went. I don't remember what yours was. 31-27, so you thought it was going to be a little bit higher scoring than it was. But yeah, if you look at that score, you'd think it was actually a good game. It was anything but a good game. The Bears had 0 points going into the fourth quarter, and do what the Bears typically do and score a bunch of points in the fourth quarter. We were the number 1 rated team in the league for fourth quarter points. Half the time, that's because it's garbage time and we're just getting points and the defense is just giving it to us. And then the other half the time, it's been us coming back and winning. So it's still it's never a bad thing to be scoring a lot of points in the fourth. It would just be nice if we could score points in any other system.
Well, yeah, I'm going to start off with just talking about Derrick Henry and the lack of coverage and the.
Well, okay, before you get into that, I'm going to give you stats. And if you would have heard these stats before, like at the end of the game, Derrick Henry, 68 total rushing yards. Tannehill, 10 for 21 with 158 passing yards. Would you have thought we won or lost?
Won.
I would 100% expect us to win if we hold Derrick Henry below 70 yards. And Ryan Tannehill, who's really good at being an efficient quarterback, we hold him to 10 for 21, 10 completions in an entire game for 158 yards. I would have been like, there's no way that we lose. There's no way that we lose this game. So I think it speaks more to our offense than it does our defense.
Our offense is atrocious.
But yeah, go ahead. You want to talk about Derrick Henry?
It's just in the certain plays that I saw, it's like that is their go-to guy, and we're just leaving him. Either it was man coverage and they just gave him 5 yards to run, which once he starts running, doesn't matter if he didn't go out for 40 yards and get a touchdown, do it 3 times in the game. It was just those pivotal moments where we needed to make a stop, and they're just, can you go get your bone?
Sorry.
Yeah, it was just those pivotal moments where we should have known Nagy, coordinators, our defense that knows more than anyone on our team right now how to play because they've shown up for the most part this entire season. Just gave them those few plays and leverage over us to just keep going. And I don't know the stats on third down conversions, but I know that we fucking sucked.
Dude, I'm going to disagree. Our
Why?
defense fucking played great, especially against Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, 68 yards.
I'm not saying that they
game.
played shittily. I'm just saying
68 yards in a game. They lose every game that he scored, that he rushes from less than 100 yards, and he rushed for 68. We did exactly what we were supposed to do. I said, let's hold Derrick Henry down and make Tannehill beat us. Little did I know it wasn't Tannehill that beat us. It was our offense that beat us. But since we're going to start off talking about our defense, let's give our defensive grade. Like, what would you give our defense?
like a probably like a B minus to a B.
I am not anywhere close to you. I'm giving them an A.
I think it's-
Nobody stops Derrick Henry like that, and our rushing defense is not good. So they actually stepped it up against the best rusher in the league, number one. Number two, the only thing I think they could have done better, because even one of their touchdowns, one to A.J. Brown, could not have
No, that was great coverage.
that was great coverage by Buster Screen, and I shit on him a lot. And that was great coverage on his part. Like, that was just a perfect play by their offense. And remember that their defense also scored 7 of those 24 points.
Yes, granted, I was hazy as fuck from
Yeah,
the night before because it was our
night
birthday
before
weekend.
celebrating our birthdays. So
That's why I said
Stayed a
from
little
what I
late.
saw, this pivotal moment.
Yeah.
But I wasn't saying in any regard that they played shittily. I was just like,
they're an A for me. The only way they could have played any better was if they would have gotten a turn, like a takeaway. Because
which would have
Kyle
been
Fuller
rude.
could have easily had a pick 6 that he missed early on in the game. That would have been really nice to go
Which-
up on top against
Which
Tennessee.
honestly, at this point, is routine for us to expect the defense to have a takeaway or put up points because our offense can't do shit.
But that's the thing; they shouldn't have to put up points every game. So I'm giving them an A. The only thing they could have done better was get a takeaway. And Tennessee has the best differential in the league with going in with a +8 on turnovers. So they're the best in the league at hitting the ball and not actually giving up the ball. So I don't really feel that bad that we didn't hit the ball, like have any takeaways. But that's the only way that we could have done any better. We sacked Tannehill, I think there were 5 times.
They probably could have done better had they not had to be on the field.
And Chuck Pagano, thank you. You started blitzing. You started blitzing. Thank you. Look at what happened when you blitzed. We hold one of the best rushers in the league to 68. And we're going to talk about this in another video, but we're going to have another tough outing against Dalvin Cook next week. So hopefully we can keep it up against him and then force Cousins to beat us because he can't do it. He cannot beat the Bears. So 68 yards and then 158 to Tannehill. I'm sorry, that's incredible defense. Especially when you're on the field as much as they are. They did a fucking great job. They did a fucking great job. Somehow our offense still gave points to the other fucking team. And 2 costly turnovers. So, yeah, that's defense. I'm giving them an A. You said a B minus. I don't know if there was anything else you wanted to say about defense, but thank you, Chuck Pagano, for finally starting to blitz.
No.
Let's
I mean,
just go to
if anything, just I think the B minus had more to do with just like the overall game, which I should have just based it on the defense solely. It's gotten more frustrating week in and week out, relying on our defense.
and this
And
was,
especially
but
when
they
they
seem to get
do
better.
they
They seem to
do all
get better
we need
every
our
every
offense
week.
to do fucking one thing.
We're wasting an amazing, like a Super Bowl caliber defense right now.
And I don't think
With a
they will,
four-lock.
but they could get to the point where they just get fed up and they're like, we're busting our ass. week
I
in
would
and
not
week
be
out.
surprised if they would just like,
And
were like,
you know
fuck
what?
this.
Like, yeah,
We're
make them
carrying the fucking
score.
team. But I still think we need to blitz a little bit. Like, keep the blitzing up. Don't change that. Maybe that'll help us get some takeaways because, like I said in our last video, we get there a little bit quicker. We put pressure on the quarterback. They're going to make the pass slightly off, and that's when we can either get a tip ball or an interception. And we need to just get to the quarterback a little bit quicker on the edges and try and strip the ball from them as well. But other than that,
It's just
our
tough.
defense played great.
Even with blitzes, like the stats on Khalil Mack and Akeem Hicks getting double teamed.
Well, it's because Robert Quinn is not holding up what we paid him to fucking do.
Oh god,
If we had last year Quinn,
Quinn and
19 and a half sack
a
Quinn,
healthy Akeem.
and
Khalil has
Khalil.
done pretty fucking well this season. I'm pretty satisfied with
I mean,
what he's done to this point. He did
you can
have
only
a
do
couple,
so much when you're double, triple teamed all the time. So,
get 4 penalties like a team. So.
yeah, he doesn't get
They've
penalties,
all
which I really
kind of
appreciate.
done their shit, but yeah, Quinn has not been present. And luckily, our defense is solid right now because if we could just point our finger at him and be like, "Hey,
If he could
step
just
up," but right now it's like if he steps up, we're fucking.
scary. Because
you're not getting.
the only, honestly, the
rushing
only,
yards,
the
you're not
only,
getting-
the only other weakness that I see on our defense right now is Trevathan's starting to play better too.
Just inconsistency. Him,
No,
Screen.
screen, yeah, just Buster Screen. But he actually he did pretty well, so I'll give him that. Yeah, so I'm good on defense. I feel like we should just quickly go over special teams because we're going to have a lot more to say about it. We can just end on offense.
Yeah, and I mean, special teams, there's not much to say. Like, if they get to it, Cairo's been great as a fucking kicker. Punting,
O'Donnell did well.
he did well.
Our coverage
I'm
wasn't
glad.
fantastic,
I'm
but
glad that Ginn is fucking finally
yeah.
gone because, what was it? Was towards,
The new guy's solid.
I don't remember what quarter it was where he was running backwards
Oh, and he caught it over his shoulder.
and got tackled right after. But it's like otherwise that shit was gonna bounce to the 2-yard line like every other fucking week, and all they had to do was tap it
And to catch
in our own end zone.
that ball over your shoulder running backward, that was very difficult. I really like him. I think he did a great job. I think Cordero finally did better on his kick returns. The only thing I would say is our punt coverage, but I think it's because Pat O'Donnell kicked it so fucking far that it's hard for them to get down there in
Get there
time.
in time, yeah.
But
So then
other
it
than
looks
that,
like we're slacking, but it's like no, they're run a fucking whole football field like,
Yeah.
to get to it. So
I thought they did great. Santos, another perfect game out of him. So I'll give them a B+ because they
If I'm
need to
gonna
cover.
give-
They need to cover the punts a little bit
if
better.
I'm gonna give the special teams a B+, I'll change. Because like I said, I think it's just the collective, the fact that we fucking another loss in a
Think
row.
about how long they were out on the field. They allowed
that
17
too.
points.
Like
They allowed 17 points.
they're big fucking dudes, and to fucking have that stamina week in and week
Well,
out.
I think they're getting a lot better stamina because they're out on the field every fucking week, all like for
no,
most
they
of
don't
the
have a
fucking game.
fucking choice.
So let's take one more shot before we get into the offense, because this is gonna suck. This is when we're gonna get fucking pissed off. I'm glad we started off with the good stuff because now I'm about to get real mad. Cheers. Bear down.
They're done.
All right. So our offense didn't score till the fourth fucking quarter. And mind you, yes, we put up 17 points. They were garbage time points, number one. Number two, they're not a good defense. Cincinnati just put up 31 points on them last week. And that's a rookie quarterback with an injured offensive line, just like us. I don't know who I'm more upset with right now, Matt Nagy or Ryan Pace. Nagy is literally.
It's right down the middle for me. Because
I don't know who to give. Like,
Pace has the authority to just be like, "Hey, it's done. You're not going to keep doing this every week."
no,
Keep
I'm not
making
even talking about that. I'm talking about the people that he brought on this team. The trade deadline just came and went. Why didn't he get a fucking offensive lineman? There are people that out there that we can go get, and he's not doing anything. Before the year started, we knew that the weakest part on our team was going to be our offensive line. Did we draft an offensive lineman? Yes. Fucking, what was it, 7th or 9th round? Oh, yeah, you're going to get great offensive linemen that far back.
How many starters we have from?
On the offensive line? Yeah, one. Charles Leno, like our worst guy. So, Pace, going into the season, didn't fucking do anything to our offensive line. He got a Fetty who, honestly, he's been all right. Although, wait, he started this week, didn't he? And he was a starter.
Probably had to, yeah.
But either way, he got a Fetty who's been okay. He hasn't been terrible. But that was, and then Spriggs, they got Spriggs in the offseason as well. He's a backup, and he's not playing well at all. So what the fuck were we doing in this offseason? Why didn't we draft? We drafted, our first draft pick was a tight end that we're not even using.
When did it end? When was the deadline?
And it was like a week ago.
He wasn't
Our
looking
first draft pick was a tight end that we don't fucking use.
He wasn't looking at. They both. I don't know what the fuck they're seeing. Because we started off 5-1.
Yeah. which just
And they're
covered
probably
up
just like,
all the
hey, you know,
bullshit
we can
that-
just keep doing this. We don't need to. No, we should not have won 3 of those games.
exactly.
So
We could honestly be 0-9
they weren't
right
looking
now.
at the big picture of, okay, let's fix the problems at hand. They were just like, well, we're 5-1, which is my thought. And then he didn't, like you said, didn't pick anyone up.
We could probably be 1-8 right now. We could have easily lost to the Buccaneers. Could have easily lost to the Detroit Lions. Could have easily lost to the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, okay, that's 3.
Giants, Carolina.
And we could have lost to the Giants. That came down to the last play as well. We could have lost all 4 of those games. We'd be 1-8 right now. That's very possible that we could be 1-8 right now.
They just saw that 5 and I mean, I don't know.
We
I
weren't.
don't know what Ryan Pace was thinking the last 2-3 weeks. But I think having a winning record just assured him that he was doing a good job and we didn't need help.
Yeah, we
Which
definitely
is
need help.
trash.
Look at what we just did. 0 points against a bad defense.
And then Nagy though.
The worst defensive line in the league.
I think I put more
And
blame on Pace at this point because
well, but at the same time, Nagy's doing the
he's
same thing.
The same play
He's just,
calls. It's
just banging his head into the wall over and over and over again.
what was it 2 weeks ago on his play card? It said on the bottom right half BU.
Yeah,
And everybody gave him shit about it.
no. That's
and then-
been his thing from
I
day
know.
one.
Yeah. Well,
BU.
you are fucking up.
Yeah. Don't
And then
be
he's
you
crossing
anymore.
off every play call that's bad.
Don't be you anymore.
And our friend was like, at the end of the game, he's probably just got a fucking play sheet with red marks all
all
over
over
every
the
single
entire
fucking.
fucking thing. Yeah.
Like he exhausts every last bad play call he has. And knowing that you didn't get any new O linemen, you pretty much have the same core. Now you have Foles over Trubisky, and you're
Yeah,
still
you have your guy.
and you're still
You have your guy.
doing your bullshit. You're not a fucking mastermind anymore.
No,
unless
he was for 1 year. 2018, 2019, he sucked. 2020, he sucked. And every fucking week he comes to the podium and he goes, you know, we're working on this. Our guys are, you know, working as hard as they can. They're
you
playing
just
their.
need to collectively. It's like, bro,
It's gonna take time. It's been 3 fucking years. When does it fucking happen?
he's like John Fox all over again.
I'm so over both of them. Like Pace needs to go and Nagy needs to stop play calling right now.
Well, no.
Good news though. In his interview today, or his press conference today,
Nagy or
Nagy. Pace doesn't fucking do any, and I wouldn't if I were him. I would be afraid as hell to fucking face the media right now. But Nagy, they said, are you looking at not doing play calling? He's like, I look at that every week, and I'm like, okay, you say this every fucking week, but then he was like, to be completely fair, if I'm not play calling, you probably won't know. So there's, even if it doesn't come out, like if Nagy doesn't directly say like, I'm not play calling, like I'm giving it to Bill Lazor or somebody else,
Yeah, he could be on the screen still with his fucking headset.
we won't know. We won't know. He's not going to tell us ahead of the time because we think about that. Why would he tell Minnesota going into next week? I'm not play calling.
Because then they know to look at
Bill
Bill
Lazor's
play calling history.
exactly.
What to
Why would they
prepare
help
for.
them? Why would they give them that
Yeah,
advantage?
yeah.
So at least there's that. But God
But
damn
in
it!
the-
But at least
but in the
now it
back of my
sounds like.
mind, I'm
But
still
to me,
like,
it gave
he's
me
not.
like a hint.
Back of my mind, I'm still like, he
It's his
just
ego, dude.
he
It's
just
his
used that
fucking-
as a last
it's his
resort because then he's like, oh, they're
ego.
gonna think I'm smart, saying that I'm not gonna bring it up. But I feel like he's still not giving it up.
My question for Nagy is, what's better? Have your offense continue to look like shit while you run it,
Because we don't have a
and continue to lose games, and then most likely lose your job, or give it to somebody else, win games, and keep your fucking job. I don't see how that's difficult. And he said it in his fucking interview today. He's like, the offense works when there's not penalties. Stop blaming fucking penalties, dude. It's not just penalties. There was a 3rd and 8, and you threw it 3 fucking yards to Allen Robinson on an out route.
to the left.
What is that going to accomplish?
That might have been 2 or 3 times.
What is that going to accomplish on 3rd and 8? What does that have to do with penalties,
4
Nagy?
extra yards to
What
punt.
does that fucking have to do
4
with
extra
penalties?
yards to punt. He's genius.
I'm literally so like, and then he brings up penalties and like the offense works if there aren't constant penalties. And yes, there were a lot of penalties. You know who penalties also come down to? The head coach. And I'm sorry, it's 4th and 1. you get a 5-yard penalty. 4th and 6, you keep the offense out there.
Last week,
And then you get a fucking another penalty. And who does it? Jimmy Graham. One of the oldest vets on our fucking team gets
Last
the second
week,
one, and it goes to
fucking-
4th and 11. You can't even fucking go for that.
Last
11,
week-
then we have to punt it.
right before the fucking altercation with Wims, we got to delay a game. Why? Because no one knew what the fuck was going on.
Well, okay. So yeah, let me talk about this really quickly. So the when we did the fake punt, I was screaming at the TV because I thought that was a great call. I was like, I was not expecting that. It obviously worked.
You did say it was a stupid call.
I thought it was stupid as hell because if it didn't work, you just screw our defense over it. But like because our defense is so good, he thinks he can put them in that situation on a consistent basis. So I don't like that. I do think it was creative as hell and it worked. So
Who ran that out?
fuck it. Artavius Mingo,
Mingo.
the longest or
That was great.
our leading rusher at half
That
was him.
great.
So, but it worked perfectly. In hindsight, it worked perfectly. So I can't be mad about it. But what happens right after that? We take a timeout because
Yeah.
we don't know what to fucking play. So
Like,
we
we're
just
doing
built
well, we're getting
momentum. We
and now-
finally get momentum, and we call a fucking timeout. Let them get
That
set.
makes me think he wasn't prepared for us to get it.
Exactly.
He was like, oh shit, we
If
got
you
it.
were going to call it,
What are we gonna do?
would you
now?
not already have in your mind your next fucking play call? So that as soon as you get the first down, you go, yeah, send the play call in. This is what I'm going to do if it doesn't work. If it does work. If it doesn't work, you don't. Guess what? You don't have to fucking play call.
Now
You don't have to play call because
That's
now
when
it's going to the
the
defense.
Titans
So
are
what are you
scrambling.
not? Why do you not have a play call that?
At that point, the Titans would be scrambling because they're like, we were supposed to get the ball.
Yeah,
Now they fucking
and now they have to
faked
rush
it.
their
Now we
defense
gotta
back
like
out on
get
the
back
field
on there. We gotta
because they have
adapt.
their
But
hunting.
what do we do? Oh, take your time. Pick what you gotta do now to defend us.
And I'm pretty sure we ran it up the middle after that. It's like we
100%
took a
ran it
timeout
right up the
and then ran it up the middle for like no game. Just like what the fuck?
Our friend was over and he just started laughing. He was like, really? A run down the middle? And we were like, is this not like the 6th, 7th week in a row that this has happened? And then
We take
and then-
timeouts
and
and
then
we
it's
just do
3
the
and
most
10,
basic
3
fucking
and 10.
play.
It was almost 4th and 21 at one point. It was 3 and 18.
We almost got there. We almost got to the 10.
And he was like, hey, and I was like, no, fuck that. I don't want that.
I was
That's-
like, we need to take a picture of that if that happens.
but
But
then what? It's 3 and 10, and you, like you said, throw a fucking screen to
Oh, yeah.
for 4 yards. Even if he catches it, like, okay, you gotta break him off, run another 6 yards to get it. Hope we don't pull some bullshit like fumble it because at that point
or holding,
you're
which is
just
very
which
common as well.
face
Illegal
illegal
hands
hands
to
to
the
the
face.
face. The whole fucking book we've done this year.
We're literally every week. Our offense is
I'm-
actually regressing, while our defense is continuing to get better and better because they're out on the field all the time. So I mean, they get so many
And I
looks
hate
now.
that narrative. I hate
Jalen Johnson, dude. At this point, we're 9 games in. He's played 16 games worth of time on the field.
I
He's
hate
got like a whole season under his belt, and we're 9 games in. So he's just gonna keep getting better.
that
It was a beast
we're
this
in
week.
that narrative where it's like our defense is only our offense, and it's like only our offense honestly just did something.
If they were just,
something. If they were okay.
if they were 15th in the league, we would be
but what are we?
we would be
like
top of the division and a Super Bowl contender because our defense is so fucking
what
good.
are we like 20?
28th or 29th? It's brutal right now. It's fucking
I
brutal.
really wish I had
0 points, 0 fucking points in 3 fucking quarters.
atrocious. And there's no
Unforgivable.
excuses anymore.
It's
Like,
unforgivable, especially because our defense continued to get us the ball back. Like it wasn't like, oh, Tennessee was running it and taking time off the clock,
no,
and we
they were
only got
getting 3
we
and
only
outs.
got 3 possessions in the first half. We had like 5 or 6 fucking possessions in the first half. That's plenty of fucking possessions to get like any fucking points.
The amount of times I've seen Foles run off the field now after 3 and out, I feel like he's been there for years. Because it's happened.
And it sucks because we don't even have a backup now. Like Mitch can't even go in because he's hurt, and you're not gonna put Tyler Bray in there. So like we're actually just fucked.
I
We're just stuck
legitimately
with
feel
Foles right now.
bad for Trubisky. He was pretty much shafted.
He was shafted.
When we went over
And now,
that in that video,
Foles is not doing. And he had
Anything.
great stats. He had great stats. If you look at the end of the game, he had great stats. He played like shit. He played like absolute dog shit. I honestly, I was happy. I was so excited for Foles to come.
hold on,
not
did he
to
throw the
take-
ball away this game?
Yeah, once. And you know what happened? intentional grounding. So
What a dumb fuck, dude. Christ.
I've lost all faith
The Colorado
in
State quarterback threw it away 3 times this week, and I was like, how the fuck does
a college player and how to do
like
shit
granted
better.
I'm not gonna take away from college players, they know what they're doing, but how the fuck does a college quarterback just throw it away within a second of knowing I don't have shit?
Yeah,
And
Foles
Foles
has
is
been in the
like,
league for- and Foles has
"Ugh,
been in the league for how
I'm
fucking
gonna
long?
fold, I'm gonna try. You're not good
Dude,
at scrambling
He's a
at this
fucking
point.
lawn chair.
You're not
He's literally a lawn chair. He just fucking folds immediately.
Nick Foles.
Nick Folds, yeah, that's his new
Jesus
nickname.
fucking
Nick Folds.
Ugh.
Well,
5-1
honestly,
to 5-4.
5-4. Got the Vikings next week.
And then
Should be, I believe it's a Monday night football game. Yeah, we'll post another video about our predictions for that. It's a home game. We do like our defense and well, especially Khalil Mack loves primetime games. So hopefully we can have a good recovery here because we only have 7 games left and we really need to start picking it up. But yeah, I don't really want to talk about this game anymore because it was atrocious. Score looked good, stats looked good, defense looked great. Offense is a shit. It's a shit show. It's a dumpster fire. There's nothing else to say about it. I'm done.
you guys later.
That's it.